BellyFit stage is a very special stage. And that's because of this BellyFit culture, right? We're all here to saturate in this for the weekend. And when I look out here, I know that there is a very different audience out here. Because you're not just open to vulnerability, you're kind of expecting it, and you're ready to celebrate it. I know, exactly. And that right there, to a performer or an artist, is an absolute gift. Absolute gift. So I'm actually going to ask the Get Bent girls to come up on stage with me. I know they're out there. Let's go. This is Cadence's first year as a junior. So they're going to be in this piece with me, and you're actually the most important part of this entire piece. So in order to provide you with the best artistic impact, I had to blindside these poor girls. So they don't know what's going on. They weren't prepared to be up here. They haven't seen my piece. They don't know what I'm doing. I've kept it a secret. I've been doing a lot of 11 till 2 a.m. practices because some of them have keys and they just don't go home. So it's a surprise. So I want to talk to those of you that are involved with youth. There is this model, sort of the industry standard. You probably do it if you don't even know what it is. And it's that we have this persona. There is this package that we are. We are the most positive representation of ourselves. And we have strong filters about what we're going to wear, pop culture references we're going to make, music we'll listen to, opinions we'll share. You walk your talk, you're on your game, and you put across everything you can to embody the characteristics, the values, and the qualities that you want them to strive to be. And it's a good model. It works. Usually they'll match you. Some of them will pass you, and a few even just lap you to make you feel really good. But I would like to propose that we could have an even greater impact. We could have deeper connections and richer relationships if we just dialed it back a little bit and became a bit more authentic. A little bit more real, a little bit more raw, and actually showed up. My husband John and I have been running Get Bent for 16 years. And we run, it's been a long 16 years. We're still married, so it's good. We run our dance program very differently. I am all up in your business. Yeah, and you are all in mine. And when I look at you and I tell you that I understand you, you believe me. In one of the classes we have once a week, it's the senior girls and myself, and we sit around the boardroom table in the meeting room and we just talk. There's no dancing. It is the most important class in our dance program. No dancing. Half the time people are eating dinners and having coffee and you're just trying to get through whatever you need to do. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2.5. It takes what it takes. And there is crying because someone's failing math. And there's discussion on family drama. I have, John said to say cuffed. I was going to say smacked. Now you know. One of them because, what do you mean you made out with a hockey boy behind the high school? You know who you are. Let the record show I didn't even look. I did not do it. I did not point it out. I left that very open-ended. And there are tears because someone hates their stomach. And there are tears because someone hates their arms and their hips and their eyebrows and their chin and their thighs. And the level of not good enough because of is incredible. And so when I look at you and I say, I know what you're doing in your head. And I understand what you're going through. You believe me, and you believe me because some of those tears and some of that discussion around that table was mine. So often as adults, when we work with youth, we approach them with an us and them. I want to clearly state, I don't like us and them. Us and them rarely works anywhere in life, and nowhere else is it more ineffective than with adults and teens. But I know that's the reality for many of us. So we end up with adult, doorway, child. We want to go through the door to help them, but it's shut. It's actually just cracked a little bit, and we can get our fingers in it, just jam them in there, and we're pulling on this door, and it isn't going to move. It's not moving. And we're pulling and fighting and pulling, and it's not moving, but it's cracked. So now we can get our mouth up to the door, and we can start talking through the door. Because you know how effective it is to talk at them. So now we're trying to tell them things and talk to them, and they can kind of hear us, but through the door, it just sounds like, and what we need to realize is that we're the ones holding the door shut. We're the ones that are holding it shut. If we're going to play the game of us and them, it's even more ridiculous to expect a child to show up to a relationship with emotional vulnerability and bear themselves first. The words emotionally intimate, when you talk about youth relationships, make people feel really creepy. And good, it should. It's important. It needs to be handled delicately and with care. But an emotionally intimate relationship is an emotionally intimate relationship. It doesn't matter who the parties are. It requires that two parties show up, bear themselves emotionally, really be true, and offer support. And in the us and them adult-child model, we want them to show up, bear themselves, dump everything out, and we'll come along and offer support. And that's not how it works. It doesn't work. We have to do it. We have to show them. It's something that you don't talk about, you demonstrate. And reality TV and whatever you find on the internet is not showing them how to do this. It's up to us. It's never unprofessional to bear yourself emotionally. I will say that how it's done can be a problem. That's the wild card. There's lots of room to be inappropriate with the how. But once you figure that out, it's never unprofessional to show up and be authentic and be real and actually be who you are. Not at all. So what I would like for you to know is that I know we have a special relationship, and I know you know all my dirt. But you don't really always need to know everybody's backstory to have a connection. I want you to take a moment, and I want you to really look at everyone. I want you to look at them and really share a moment. I want you to let them into you, and I want you to go into them. Because every woman in this theater knows what you're doing in your head. They all know what you're doing. They know how cruel you are to yourself. They know how hurtful you are. And they know how hurt you are. If you've ever thought something really mean to or about yourself that it's too embarrassing to admit, let alone repeat, can you put your hand up? You're not alone. It takes a lifetime to learn to love yourself. We're all working on it together. You're not alone. Every woman in this theater would also stop and drop anything, miss a session, do anything that was needed tomorrow if you said, I just need someone to listen to me. And I know that's never going to happen, but sometimes you don't have to use the supports. Just knowing you have them is enough. And you have them. Without something like this happening for you, it might take 10 or 20 years, 1 or 2 decades, for you to realize that you have an unspoken, unbreakable bond with other women. And it's rooted in something that is just not that nice. But from it has blossomed this incredible connection. And it's there for you. You have it. And you know what else? Is you have it with your moms. And it's not the mom-daughter thing. It's way deeper than that. It's that you're just both women. She also knows exactly what's going on. And I know she's your mom, and she's kind of dorky and embarrassing. But like, FYI, I am as old as some of your moms.
Thanks, Wendy.
Figure that out. I'm just the messenger. You need to know you're not alone. You're not alone. I often feel like society has created us this pit of quicksand. And I was a gymnast my entire youth, and I've had my baby. I'm going to be 40 in April. And I am in this thing up to my shoulders. Really. And I will certainly keep my head above. But I don't really know if I'm ever going to fully get out. I really don't know that. I'm working at it. It's a daily effort. I'm doing everything that I know. And I look at you while I'm in this, and it's like you're sitting on the edge. And where you are, it looks like an infinity pool. And you're just splashing one leg in. And you don't need to put the other leg in. You don't need to slide it in and test it out. You don't need to get in. I want so much more for you. So I have prepared this piece tonight for you. Inspired by you, dedicated to you, and poured out on the stage for you. So Alice, thank you so much for this platform, and to everyone in the audience, thank you for creating and then maintaining the type of space that is necessary to let this sort of work unfold. And to you two, 8 of you, pay attention.
Girls who are trying to fit into the social norm like squeezing in last year's prom dress. I know girls who are low-rise, MAC eyeshadow, and binge drinking. I know girls that wonder if they're disaster and sexy enough to fit in. I know girls who are fleeing bombs from the mosques of their skin, playing Russian roulette with death. It's never easy to accept that our bodies are fallible and flawed. When do we draw the line? When the knife hits the skin, isn't it the same thing as purging because we're so obsessed with death? Some women just have more guts than others. The funny thing is women like us don't shoot. We swallow pills, still wanting to be beautiful at the morgue, still proceeding to put on makeup, still hoping that the mortician finds us sexy and attractive. We might as well be buried with our shoes and handbags and scarves. Girls, we flirt with death every time we etch a new tally mark into our skin. I know how to split my wrists to reveal a battlefield too, but the time has come for us to reclaim our bodies. Our bodies deserve more than to be war-torn and collateral, offering this as a pathetic means to say, I only know how to exist when I am wanted. Girls like us are hardly ever wanted. Used up and sad and drunk and perpetually waiting by the phone for someone to pick up and tell us that we did good. We did good. I know because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. My body is home. My body is home. Try this. Take your hands over your bumpy love body naked, and remember the first time you touched someone with the sole purpose of learning all of them. Touch them because the light was pretty on them, and the dust and the sunlight danced the way your heart did. Touch yourself with a purpose. Your body is the most beautiful royal. Fathers and uncles are not claiming your knife anymore, are not your razor. Put the sharpness back. Lay your hands flat and feel the surface of scarred skin. I once touched a tree with charred limbs. The stump was still breathing, but the tops were just ashy remains. I wonder what it's like to come back from that, because sometimes I feel forest fires erupting from my wrists, and the smoke signals sent out of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Love your body the way your mother loved your baby feet. And brother, arm wrapping shoulders, and remember this is important. You are worth more than who you attract. You are worth more than a waistline. You are worth more than beer bottles displayed like drunken artifacts. You are worth more than any naked body could proclaim in the shadows. More than a man's whim or your father's mistake. You are no less valuable as a size 16 than a size 4. You are no less valuable as a 32A than a 36C. Your sexiness is defined by concentric circles within your wood. It is wisdom. You are a holy tree stump with leaves sprouting out. Reborn. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said I am. I know I am because I said